AIADMK ministers and functionaries hand over cash assistance to the families of Andhra shootout victims. Andhra government releases water to Tamil Nadu from Krishna River. Water to reach 0 point on April 14. Tamil Nadu files fresh petition with Supreme Court seeking deployment of CISF at Mullaiperiya Dam site for security purpose. The news in detail. On the orders of the People's Chief Ms. Jaya, the Tamil Nadu ministers and the party functionaries today visited the houses of the victims who lost their lives in the shootout incident by the Andhra police and handed over the cash assistance ordered for their families on behalf of the AIADMK and the Tamil Nadu government. They read out the condolence message sent by Ms. Jaya and consoled the bereaved family members of the victims. Overwhelmed by their kind gesture, the families thanked Ms. Jaya. As many as 20 persons from Salem, Dharmapuri and Tiruvannamalai districts were killed in the fatal shootout by the Andhra Pradesh Red Sanders Anti-Smuggling Task Force in Seshachalam Forest in Srivari Metu and Isagunda areas on the 7th of this month. Expressing grief over the incident, Ms. Jaya had ordered 2 lakh rupees to the families of each victim on behalf of the AIADMK. She has ordered the ministers, MPs and MLAs to visit the houses of the victims, hand over the cash assistance and console them. The Tamil Nadu government that follows a path forged by Ms. Jaya has already ordered a solatium of 3 lakh rupees for each victim. In line with the orders of Ms. Jaya, Minister P. Palaniyappan and Dharmapuri District Collector K. Vivekanandan handed over a cheque of 5 lakh rupees to the families of the 7 victims from Dharmapuri district. They read out the condolence message sent by Ms. Jaya and consoled the bereaved family members.
இந்த துயர சம்பவத்தில் உயிரிழந்தவர்கள் ஒவ்வொரு குடும்பத்திற்கும் அனைத்து இந்திய அண்ணா திராவிட முன்னேற்ற கழகத்தின் சார்பாக 2 லட்சம் ரூபாய் வழங்க நான் உத்தரவிட்டுள்ளேன். சம்பந்தப்பட்ட அமைச்சர் நேரில் வழங்குவார்கள். நீங்கள் தைரியத்தோடும் மன உறுதியோடும் இருக்க வேண்டும் என்று ஆண்டவனை வேண்டுகிறேன். இங்கனம் மாண்புமிகு மக்கள் முதல்வர் இதயம் புரட்சித் தலைவி அம்மா அவர்கள்.
Moved by the kindness of Ms. Jaya, the families of the deceased expressed their gratitude to the people's chief.
அம்மா 3 லட்சம் கொடுத்துருக்குறாங்க, 2 லட்சம் கொடுத்துருக்காங்க, 5 லட்சம் எல்லாம் பொழைச்சிங்கன்னு கொடுத்துருக்குறாங்க. நன்றி, வணக்கங்க.
கூலி வேலைக்கு போய் எங்கள் வீட்டுக்காரில் சுட்டு தள்ளிட்டாங்க. பஸ்லேருந்து இறக்கிட்டு போய் நாங்கள் எப்படி பொழைப்போல்டி. அம்மா சார் பார்க்க 2 லட்சம், கட்சி சார் பார்க்க 3 லட்சம், மக்களை வச்சு பொழைச்சிக்கங்கன்ட்டு அம்மா கொடுத்துக்கிறாங்க. அம்மாவுக்காக நன்றி.
District Party Secretary Pookadai Munusamy and party functionaries were present on the occasion. Minister Edappadi K. Palanisamy, accompanied by District Collector Maharabhushanam, called on the family of one of the victims from Salem and handed over the cash aid. They read out the condolence message of Ms. Jaya and consoled them.
எங்கள் குடும்பத்தின் சார்பாக அம்மா அவர்களுக்கு நன்றியை தெரிவித்துக் கொள்கிறேன்.
Others who were present on the occasion include Dr. K. Kamaraj MP and party functionaries. Minister Mukkur N. Subramanian and District Collector Gnanasekaran visited the house of the 12 victims from Tiruvannamalai district, handed over the financial assistance and consoled them. They read out the condolence message sent by Ms. Jaya. MPs and MLAs were present on the occasion. The bereaved families expressed their heartfelt gratitude to Ms. Jaya.
சிச்சுவேஷனை பார்த்து எங்கள் நிலைமையை பார்த்து அம்மா எங்களுக்கு 2 லட்சமும் கவர்மெண்ட் 3 லட்சமும் கொடுத்துருக்காங்க. இதுக்கு நான் அம்மாவுக்கும் கவர்மெண்ட்டுக்கும் ரொம்ப நன்றியை தெரிவிச்சுக்கிறேன்.
என் வீட்டுக்கார பேர் 12 சேர்த்துட்டாங்க. அதுக்கு என் குடும்பத்தை எங்கள் குழந்தைங்களெல்லாம் 5 லட்சம் ரூபாய் கொடுத்துருக்காங்க. அம்மாவுக்கு நன்றி.
The Andhra Pradesh High Court ordered the state government today to register a case of murder in the controversial killing of 20 alleged smugglers in the forests of Chittoor this week amid accusations that police gunned down the men in a fake encounter. The court rejected a report submitted by State Director General of Police J.V. Ramudu as a petitioner raised questions about the legality of the FIR registered by Andhra Police, and activists demanded a probe into the killings that they said were a deliberate massacre. Why should not a case of unnatural death under Section 302 of the Indian Penal Code be filed? The court asked. Andhra authorities say the men were killed after they attacked a police task force that came upon them on Tuesday as the outnumbered security personnel opened fire in a self-defense. Chief Minister N. Chandrababu Naidu had vowed to curb the smuggling menace, a nagging problem in his home district Chittoor, as his government has big plans to generate revenues from global auction of the wood. Anger mounted in Tamil Nadu as the rights groups picked holes in the police claims and pointed out discrepancies in the encounter theory, with activists saying the killings were a violation of human rights. According to reports, most of the corpses were decomposed, leading to allegations that the killings occurred much before Tuesday, while some bodies had burn marks and others had bullet injuries in the face and back of the head, indicating they were shot at close range. Also, sources said several of the sandalwood logs found next to the bodies had white paint and code numbers on them, sparking suspicion that these were brought from a stockyard after the encounter, in which none of the policemen or forest officials were wounded. Witnesses allege a few of those killed were pulled off a bus to Chittoor by policemen from Andhra Pradesh. The Madras High Court refused to order a fresh autopsy on 6 of the men, but asked for the preservation of their bodies until April 17. The petition filed by the wife of one of those killed was rejected. The fifth round of talks held for the Tamil Nadu State Transport Corporation employees on the guidance of the People's Chief Ms. Jaya ended in an amicable manner as the demands of the employees were accepted during the talks. The next round of talks is expected to be held on the 13th of this month. As many as 4 rounds of talks have been held so far between the committee formed by the Tamil Nadu government and the TNSTC employees on the 12th Pay Commission. Following this, the 5th round of talks was presided over by the Transport Minister V. Sendil Balaji at the Transport Corporation's Training Centre at Krompet in Chennai today. The state government appointed 14-member team carried out talks with the 42 employees of the Anna Trade Union during the meeting. Discussions were held regarding several demands of the employees, while most of them were accepted by the government. A decision regarding the demand of the employees to follow the already existing rules in the pension matters would be taken later, they said. The next round of talks is expected to be held on the 13th of this month.
புரட்சித் தலைவி அம்மாவினுடைய வழிகாட்டுதல் மேல் நடக்கக்கூடிய தமிழ்நாடு அரசு போக்குவரத்து தொழிலாளர்களுடைய 12வது ஊதிய ஒப்பந்த பேச்சுவார்த்தை 5ஆம் கட்டமாக இன்றைக்கு பேச்சுவார்த்தை நடந்திருக்கிறது. பேச்சுவார்த்தையில் ஒரு நல்ல முன்னேற்றம் ஏற்பட்டிருக்கிறது. 13ஆம் தேதி அன்றைக்கு நடக்கக்கூடிய பேச்சுவார்த்தையில் சம்பள பேச்சுவார்த்தை முடிந்து எல்லா பேச்சுவார்த்தையும் முடிந்து அன்றைக்கே அல்லது அடுத்த ஒரு 2 நாட்களுக்குள்ளாக ஒரு இறுதி வடிவம் எடுத்து ஒப்பந்தம் கையெழுத்தாவதற்கு உண்டான வாய்ப்புகள் உருவாகியிருக்கிறது.
Leaders of various political parties have appreciated and thanked the General Secretary of the AIADMK and the People's Chief Ms. Jaya for ordering a solatium of 2 lakh rupees each on behalf of the AIADMK and 3 lakh rupees each on behalf of the Tamil Nadu government to the bereaved families of the 20 from Salem, Dharmapuri and Tiruvannamalai districts who were killed in the fatal shootout by the Andhra Pradesh Red Sanders Anti-Smuggling Task Force in Seshachalam Forest in Srivari Metu and Isagunda area on the 7th of this month.
மாண்பு மக்கள் முதல்வர் புரட்சித் தலைவர் அவர்கள் நிவாரணமாக 2 லட்சம் ரூபாய் கொடுத்திருப்பது வரவேற்கத்தக்கது. அது மட்டுமல்லாமல் மக்களின் முதல்வர் இதை கண்டிப்பாக உடனடியாக ஒரு அறிக்கை தாக்கல் செய்து இந்த சம்பவத்தை குறித்து உடனடியாக ஆந்திர அரசு பதில் சொல்லி தேர வேண்டும் என்று கேட்டிருப்பது வரவேற்கத்தக்கது. காரணம் மக்களின் முதல்வர் எதை செய்தாலும் தீர்க்கமாக ஆலோசித்து செய்பவர். நிவாரணம் அளித்து அந்த குடும்பத்தை காப்பாற்றியதற்கு, குடும்பத்தை நலனை கருதி அவர்களுக்கு உதவி செய்ததற்கு மீண்டும் ஒரு மக்கள் முதல்வர்களுக்கு நன்றி தெரிவித்துக் கொள்கிறேன்.
அண்ணா திராவிட முன்னேற்ற கழகத்தின் கட்சி நிதியாக 2 லட்சம் ரூபாயும் அரசு நிதியாக 3 லட்சம் ரூபாயும் கொடுத்ததை புரட்சித் தலைவி அம்மா அவர்களுக்கு தமிழக மக்கள் முன்னேற்ற கழகத்தின் சார்பிலே நன்றி தெரிவித்துக் கொள்கிறேன்.
The Tamil Nadu government that follows the path forged by the People's Chief Ms. Jaya today filed a fresh petition with the Supreme Court seeking the deployment of the Central Industrial Security Force at the Mullai Periyar Dam site for security purpose. As a result of the strenuous legal efforts taken by Ms. Jaya, the Supreme Court gave its nod to raise the water level of the Mullai Periyar Dam to 142 feet. Following this, the Tamil Nadu officials are taking up the security of the dam, while the officials from Kerala are continuing to prevent them from carrying out their duties at the site. They have been preventing the officials from carrying the materials from the borders of Tamil Nadu required for the maintenance works at the dam site. For this reason, the Tamil Nadu government had filed a fresh petition with the Supreme Court seeking to deploy the CISF personnel at the dam site for security purpose. Accepting this petition, the Supreme Court has ordered to issue notice to the centre and the government of Kerala regarding the matter. As requested by the Tamil Nadu government, water from Krishna River was released for Tamil Nadu by the Andhra Pradesh government today. 1 TMC feet of water per second has been released by the Andhra Pradesh government and it is expected to reach Tamil Nadu in a few days. The government of Tamil Nadu had written a letter to the Chief Minister of Andhra Pradesh, Chandrababu Naidu, urging him to order the release of 2 TMC feet of water for Tamil Nadu from Kandaleru Reservoir for the drinking water requirements of Chennai. It was also requested to immediately release water from the reservoir as a peak summer is already nearing, besides the decreasing level of drinking water. Following this, 1 TMC feet of water per second has been released by the Andhra Pradesh government today. The water is expected to reach the 0 point on the 14th of this month. This water through Baby Canal will be sent to the lakes in Chennai that supply drinking water to the city. Indian High Commissioner TCS Raghavan today met Pakistan Foreign Secretary Aizaz Ahmed Chowdhury to lodge protest over the release of 2611 mastermind Zaki-ur-Rahman Lakhvi from a jail in Pakistan. The Indian High Commissioner registered India's strong concerns with the Foreign Secretary of Pakistan at the release of a principal accused in the Mumbai terrorist attack of 2008. The Foreign Ministry said in a statement today that he underlined that this has reinforced the perception that Pakistan has a dual policy on dealing with terrorists, and those who have carried out attacks or are posing a threat to India are being dealt with differently, and emphasized that this is a most negative development insofar as bilateral ties are concerned. Lakhvi was first granted bail in December but was kept in prison by the government under a Public Security Act after a scathing reaction from India. Prime Minister Narendra Modi has said the prospect of Lakhvi walking free was a shock to all those who believe in humanity. Lakhvi, the 55-year-old military chief of the terror group Lashkar-e-Taiba, was arrested in Pakistan in 2009, months after 166 people were killed by 10 gunmen who attacked the city for 3 days. Yesterday, a court said that government lawyers had failed to provide evidence to justify Lakhvi's detention, paving the way for his release. Lakhvi and 6 other suspects have been charged in Pakistan for planning and executing the Mumbai attacks, but their cases have made virtually no progress in more than 5 years, inciting repeated protests from India. Delhi accuses Islamabad of prevaricating over the trials and says it has submitted enough evidence to prove that Lakhvi is responsible for its worst ever terror attack. The General Secretary of the AIADMK and the People's Chief Ms. Jaya has condoled the death of 3 party cadres from Karur district who lost their lives in a road accident. Ms. Jaya in her condolence message expressed grief over the news that 3 party cadres, P. Kumaresan, P. Yuvaraj and V. Ramar, lost their lives in a road accident. She said it grieved her to learn about such sad news, even as she kept urging that they travel with caution on the roads. She appealed to the party cadres to take the necessary safety measures while travelling on the road. Offering her condolences to the bereaved family members, Ms. Jayalalitha said she prayed to the Almighty for their souls to rest in peace. The Class 10 board exams, which started across Tamil Nadu on the 19th of March, came to an end today, giving relief to 10,72,691 students. The exams were conducted in 3,298 centres across the state. More than 5,40,000 boys and 5,32,000 girls wrote the exams, apart from the 50,429 private candidates. Also, 241 prisoners took up the exams, and special centres were set up in Pural, Coimbatore and Palayam Kottai jails. On the other hand, the government had also set up more than 100 call centres to help students and parents overcome stress during the exam.